Do you live in the US and want fast, fresh and tasty meals without the hassle of shopping or all that hard work preparation? Well, don't you worry, as a lazy man, I've got you covered. Try America's #1 meal kit service, HelloFresh, and get yourself fresh, pre-portioned ingredients delivered direct to your door. So why not eat well, stay healthy, and avoid the cost of regular takeout by trying HelloFresh? Just click the link in the description below for a special limited time discount and free shipping as well. Enjoy. Well, lo and behold, it looks like we might be bottling it again. We've got 2 games to go in the Irish Premiership season, and it's almost certainly going to go to the final day now. We're going to have to probably get a result against Linfield to win this. And in our 10th season, could it be disappointment again? Yes, hello and welcome along to part 88 of Lifting Spirits with me, Daniel. We are back today for our final 2 games of the season, and things are not looking particularly good. Of course, we are 3 points clear, and on paper, we are favourites for the title. But when you have a look at the final 2 games, we're probably not. If Linfield and us win our first game, then we will have to get a result at Windsor Park on the final day. Far easier said than done, and of course, we've got to take care of Coleraine first. But they are the side at the moment who are giving us a chance in this title race. We'll have a look at why in a moment, but if you're looking forward to this one, another agonising finish to a season, then please do put a thumbs up on it. It seems like Linfield are just destined to find a way every year. They came from 3rd and miles behind last season. They've come from miles back this year with an awful schedule, and we just can't put them away. Sean Daniels is still suspended for that stupid challenge last time, and as you can see from the top right of the screen, we have picked up 1 point in our last 2 games. And ultimately, the thing that is going to cost us the title if we don't win it is this 0-0 with Ballymena United. We had enough chances to win 2 or 3 matches. Rui Hartman has picked an awful time to stop scoring. He was shocking in that game and he missed a couple of real sitters. And unfortunately, that then cost us against Larne as well. We lost 3-1 away from home, 2 late goals after Hartman had opened a scoring. And now we are required to get a win against Coleraine and maybe a result against Linfield. We have to hope though, because today Linfield have got the big derby away at Glentoran. So if we can win against Coleraine and Glentoran can nick a point, it's job done. However, that is unlikely. We've got to understand that. So let's look ahead to our first game today. There's no point focusing off the pitch. We have got some really big moments to come. We host Coleraine. Larne are already out of it. We know we've not got to worry about them. And we guarantee the top 2, which should allow us to turn pro, which should allow us, of course, to get big money from European group stage football. But is it going to be worth it if we miss out on another title? To have it 2 years in a row where we've been in pole position with 2 or 3 games left and to throw it away? Surely that would be unforgivable. Let's go and have a look at the team today, as the crowds are getting a bit smaller as well, which is a concern. And I think this is what we're going to go for. Ben Parry has struggled in recent weeks. He's going to drop out. Hartman I will keep faith with after he scored last time. Griffiths, Lennon and Whitehall are midfield 3. It's a bit tricky with Daniels out because we've had to put Lennon back, which is costing us a little. But the rest of the team is back to full strength. The back 5 is our first choice one, and I hope that will be enough to see us over the line. We've got Neil Kane in goal, who had a stinker against Larne, made 2 goal-causing errors. We had Akumu and Williams at fullback with Goss and Kean at centre-half. Lennon, Whitehall, Griffiths the midfield 3. Varma back in on the left after injury. Puarte stays on the right. And then Rui Hartman through the middle. Lots of quality on the bench. But is it going to be enough? We have got to find a way to win. I do not care in the slightest how we play in this game. We need 3 points. It doesn't matter how. Let's go and see if we can get it. Well, here it is. 4 changes for Coleraine. And they appear to have taken out their first choice goalkeeper and striker, which is weird. There's a few stars missing there. Let's have a look at their team. What's going on? I know they've got a cup final up soon, but... that might be why. They've got 2 big cup finals in 2 weeks. But, again, there's a week off after this game, so it seems a bit strange that they'd be resting people. Is it just injuries, maybe? No, Berry is playing all the time. McDonald has not played a game all year. Still a decent keeper. He's as good as our backup, but very odd move for this one. Their top goal scorer is out as well, albeit he's been in poor form. So they're doing their best to try and help us here. They've got a striker in up front who has not scored a goal, but he can finish, and that's going to be a problem. I don't know why they've made those 2 or 3 changes. Maybe to keep people happy. I guess they've got nothing to play for. They might also have the extra European places playoffs to come, but that is a real boost for us at the start here. We're favourites for a reason. Let's get on the front foot, take shots at this goalkeeper, who of course is not a first choice regular, and try and push up the pitch so the new striker doesn't get in. Into the first half we go in a sparsely populated Distillery Stadium. This has to be 3 points, and Glentoran, if you can do your bit for us today, I tell you what, you'll be the heroes of the save, because I don't back us to really do the job at the minute. 20 minutes gone, it's 1-1. We've only had 1 shot on target. Oh no. Linfield have gone 1 up, and it's a red card for Glentoran. This is going to be agonising. I mean, ultimately, if Linfield win today, it doesn't really matter whether we draw or whether we win. It doesn't make any difference. It'd be nice to win to build the confidence back up. In terms of the points difference, it makes nothing. As Whitehall's in, shots off the woodwork, drops down, McConville clears. Puarte can't keep it in. All it means is that the gap will be 1 point instead of 3 if we draw. But ultimately, it doesn't change what happens on the final day. Linfield have got a better goal difference, so being 3 points clear means nothing. And if we draw or win, we'd win it anyway. As Varma gets it from Hartman, looking for the through ball, but instead just carries it down the line. Can he find the right cross here? It's a poor ball in. McConville heads away to Morrison and McDonnell. Of course, if we lose, we might be behind them to start with. That means a draw wouldn't be enough on the final day. As Whitehall chips it out to Varma, nicks it off Harrison, goes down the line, sliding challenge, wins the ball. Morrison will mop up there for the visitors, and it's back to McDonald. We're not looking particularly convincing here, and it is a big game pressure that we're seeing. These lads are crumbling constantly. Even Daniels with the red card at Glentoran. Against Ballymena, Hartman with the missed chances. But can we make one count here? As Puarte puts in Morgan Griffiths. And he is a big game player. Turns up, he's back from injury. And while he's building fitness, he comes up with a crucial goal. Linfield are 2 up. We know they're going to win today. The big question is, can we keep doing the same? Keep that gap to 3 points. Mean that a draw and a victory is enough on the final day. Away at Linfield, it won't be easy. But hopefully we can get there. As long as we're in the ascendancy with Puarte. Back to Akumu. Just a minute to half time. Be lovely to get a second goal. And that ball's good. It finds Hartman. 1-on-1. Tries to dink the keeper. I don't know what's happened to him in recent weeks. He's nowhere near as good in front of goal. As Puarte crosses again. McConville heads away. Young player maybe just feeling the pressure. As Griffiths gets it inside to Lennon. Not seen much of him yet. Finds Whitehall. Shot from distance. Off the bar again. Second time he's done that today. At half time, Linfield are 3 up and we've got a 1-0 lead. Let's go and talk to the lads. Tell them they're capable of more. We want to keep them on the front foot. We want to keep them feeling positive. But at the minute, Linfield are running riot. The goal difference is out the question. And I'm just preparing for this last game. Can we sit on the back foot and get a point? Because they look rampant at the minute and they're going to be fresh. Which the last 2 times we played them, they weren't. As the corner comes in from Coleraine. Headed away, but only as far as Healy, the taker. Kean heads away the second time to Hartman, and Puarte breaks free. Down the left he goes. He needs support here. Hartman's trying to get up with him. He's got support from Griffiths, though. Chips it over. I think it's offside. He'll finish this one. Of course he does. Rui Hartman always scores when it's offside. Oh, it's not off. It looked it, but he hasn't given it. 2-0 to Distillery. 3 points in the bag. Let's go and make our changes. 25 to go. We're going to take Kean off for Harley Jones. Normal change back there. We're also going to take off Lennon on a yellow card for Robinson. I'm going to take off both Griffiths and Varma who are building fitness. So Griffiths off for Parry and Pardy on the left-hand side. He'll be an inverted winger on support. And then we'll save the last sub just in case of injury. And if not, we'll bring on Curtis Bell soon. 25 minutes to go. 2-0 up. Coleraine are having a few more chances now, but they're just long-range shots. There's nothing particularly convincing about them. I don't feel particularly worried about them getting back into the game, albeit Whitehall's now knackered in centre midfield, so we might have to change our substitution plans. Williams clears downfield for Harrison. Big punt over the top. Williams deals with it, away to Mpardi. Can he break free here? On the left-hand side, he turns back. 2-0 with just over 15 to go. They're telling me to bring on Bell centre midfield. I'm not sure that's going to help. Who else have we got? Not really any options. I could put Akumu in there, but that doesn't really help. McGullhatton could go in with a few others dropping back. I think Whitehall's going to have to do the 90 minutes. We'll put Bell on for Williams at left back. With 15 to go, we'll just try and see it out. It's funny now if you look at the stats, as we're back with 6 to go. Jones up at the back post is headed away as far as Parry. They've actually had more shots on target, Coleraine, as Parry puts in an absolute perler. Dropped him out the side from the start, and now he understands the importance. He comes back in, scores a very important goal, and he'll probably start on the final day on that left-hand side. Got 3 minutes of stoppage time. We've won 3-0. Glentoran got one back for our former man Barry Coffey, but it's a consolation. There are 3 points separating us and Linfield on the final day. It's a simple equation. If they win the league. If we win or draw, we win the league. Which is it going to be? Get your predictions in the comments. I'll have no cheating, no skipping ahead. Let me know who you think's going to win it. I've got my view. I'm not hugely confident. We'll be back in a minute to find out. Well, I can't put it off any longer. I've been sitting staring at this screen for the best part of 10 minutes now, but we have got to go and get into our final game. I think we've all got a pretty good inkling how this is going to end, haven't we? It is Linfield v Distillery. A very quick reminder in case you needed it again. We have to avoid defeat and we've won the title. It's as simple as that. Let's go and have a look at our lineup for today. We've got Sean Daniels coming back. I don't know whether to gamble on him. I'm definitely going to bring Ben Parry back in. I might do it, you know. But Griffiths was so good in the last game. Daniels, though, has got the fresher legs. He did cost us last time by being too aggressive, though. What are we going to do with him? Do I go for him in a holding role and Lennon further forward, or Griffiths further forward with Lennon further back? I really don't know which option to pick here. I'm going to have a look at the two players. I'm looking at him physically. He's nowhere near as good. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with Lennon and Griffiths, and I might live to regret it. This is the team we're going to go for. It is the same as the last game, but with Ben Parry on the left instead of Varma. 10 players stay in. We've got to avoid defeat. We'll go balanced when we get into it. There is no point us chasing this game. It is Linfield v Distillery. It is winner takes all. The Irish Premiership title is up for grabs, and this is going to be a final day classic. I'm hoping we might have an Aguero moment, but in truth, I'd quite like to have it wrapped up in about 15 minutes. Let's go and get into it, see how it goes. There are 2 changes for Linfield as McGuckin comes back in. Oh, it's a good team. Kellyman's up there. Sean McAllister's in there. Martin in midfield. Can he get sent off again? Jones an international defender. Hancock the big signing in January. The skipper McClellan's back from injury and their first choice keeper. So let's just go through the dressing room. We need a point to clinch the title. Just get me a draw. I don't care how badly we play. Just please let this come off. We've been top of the league, I think, since about the 3rd or 4th game of the season. And what's remarkable is for the first time since then, we could drop off today in the final game. Of course, next year, we're not going to have that beautiful thing of Linfield having 6 or 7 games in hand, because we should both be in the group stages then. Lana already 2-0 up against Glentoran, and with 20 minutes gone, this game has been awful, which suits me down to the ground as Martin gets it in the middle. Linfield playing out, but Whitehall nicks it for Parry. Goes wide to the right for Puarte. Go on, nick me a goal. Great ball in. Morgan Griffiths wide. Oh, the keeper had dived the wrong way and he just shanked it. It was an easy chance to score, but Morgan Griffiths misses, and with half an hour gone, Linfield are up the other end and they've got an extra man in the box here. I'm not sure why we've only got 3 in there. Patterson puts it into Hancock. Where on earth were the defenders? You've got to tell me that that is a joke. What are the lads doing? Because decision making at the big moment is what's going to cost us. Again, we've had no foothold in this game. Linfield have been the better side. We're going to encourage the lads. There's 10 to the break, but it's slipping away again. For the first time in about 35 games, we are not top of the league, but Morgan Griffiths has a free kick. Oh, it's a great effort. Good save from Ollie Webber. Tip behind for a corner, and it's out. It's going to be taken on the right-hand side. Outswinger from Puarte. Just find someone at the back post, please. What on earth happened from that set piece? I can't work it out as Parry shanks one over the bar. Half time, 1-0 down. We're still in it, but only just. We've got to do more. Point the finger. Show me something else. You have got to come back into this. We just need a goal. I don't think we're going to get it. It is agonising yet again. And all I can see is the 10 times Hartman blasted it over the bar against Ballymena. And it's coming back to haunt us again. There's 25 to go. Again, we've had more of the shots. We've had more chances, but we can't take them. Puarte is going to come off from Pardy because the last thing we need is a red card. Griffiths is going to come off. Lennon goes further forward. And it's going to be Sean Daniels on. And we're also going to go for Harley Jones over Kean. More of a goal threat, less anxious. And with 25 to go, we've got to find a goal from somewhere. Rui Hartman is having a shocker again. Come on, lads, get on the front foot. As Williams picks it up on the left-hand side to Parry. Chance to cut inside, but goes down the line instead. Forced backwards to Williams. He has options inside of him with Goss. On a yellow card as well. Got to be careful with him. Parry gives it away, but wins it for Lennon. Into the box. He wins a penalty. Ruari Lennon is at it again. Please, Hartman, don't miss it. Lennon has won another penalty. He did it against Linfield last time with a screamer. And now he's won the penalty for Hartman, who misses the first one, but the rebound is in. I think the first penalty was tipped onto the bar. It was a cracking save. But crucially, the second one's in the back of the net. Linfield 1, Distillery 1. It was lucky. It was probably undeserved after the first penalty. But with 3 minutes to go, we are potentially about to win the title. Williams will come on at left back for Bell. We've got one change after that, in fact 2. So Whitehall will come at the same time for Robinson. Oh God, this is too much to handle. Whitehall gets it back to Akumu. And now if there's an Aguero moment, it's going to be Linfield, which is the problem. Craig is on up front, the man we had on loan last year. He's developing well for them. As Daniel switches to Parry. Chance to cross at the byline, in towards Hartman. Dealt with by Jones. We have got, how many minutes added on? 4. We've played almost one of them. And I'm just going to make a time-wasting sub now. Lennon will come off. Parry number 10. Varma on the left wing. Oh, did we not have a sub left? I thought we still had one. So let me undo that very quickly. So what we're going to do instead then is we're going to put the fullbacks onto defensive duties just as we did with 10 men against Glentoran. But this time it is with 11 as we try and hold on in a title race. And Pardy and Parry drop to the wings. We're also going to put a deep line playmaker on support. With Lennon, we could even go a bit deeper as well. Get back to a support duty. We're going to slow the pace down. We're going to time waste. We're going to be disciplined. We have got 3 minutes of stoppage time to hold on. And we will be champions. But if we concede, Linfield will overtake us in the last kick of the season. 4 minutes are up. Lisburn Distillery are champions. It took 10 seasons to break the Linfield dominance. But finally, by the skin of our teeth, after a fairly unconvincing finish to the season, Lisburn Distillery go to Windsor Park and win the Irish Premiership title for the first time. Neil Kane is the skipper today, and he will stand at the front proudly, lift the trophy above his head, as Lisburn Distillery are champions of the Irish Premiership. It is European Champions League qualifiers next year. It is almost guaranteed group stage football. It is almost guaranteed we will turn professional. And crucially, we are the top side in Northern Ireland for the very first time. 1-1 on the day. We win the title by 3 points. But again, we're not at a stage of dominance yet. Next season, it could all be very different. Let's go and enjoy that, reflect on the day. We'll be back in a moment for all the celebrations. Well, I've got to say in fairness, that second half performance was mega. We're proud of the lads who have done really well. Of course, Coleraine are now going to probably win the Irish Cup final. And that leaves Larne needing to win the European Places playoff. That is important for the nation. But for now, let's continue. Let's have a look at what's been said about the day. We win the Irish Premiership for the very first time. Nearly 12,000 in at Windsor Park. What a shame we don't get any of that money. But we are going to get money for Champions League qualification. And the finances are looking all right already. We bring big success to the football club. The board are very happy with the win. But this team right here is going to be written in the history books. Onwards and upwards will probably get better a lot quicker now. But this moment was needed. It's perfectly timed as well. We're at the 10-year mark of the save. And it might be a story of two halves. Because the next 10, we should be a professional side moving on from strength to strength. In the meantime, though, we are going to be back in a couple of days' time with a big end-of-season review. Disappointment in pretty much every other competition and a fair bit of it during the run-in as well. But ultimately, we are the champions and now we can really start to look forward. I hope you enjoyed this season. It was a thriller all the way to the end, wasn't it? Linfield still put up one hell of a fight, still got one hell of a points total. but we just about managed it, and those last 3 results against Linfield proved to be the most important ones at the end of this season. I hope you'll come and join me for our 10-year bookmark. Of course, a big season review to come as well. We'll ask to go pro again, albeit we might have to wait another season just so we get that qualification money. And we'll plan ahead for the summer, because for the first time, we've got a title to defend and we're going to have to improve. So I hope you're looking forward to all of that. If you are, and you did enjoy this brilliant climax to the season, and please do put a thumbs up on it. We didn't bottle it at last, which is something very important. But we did try our very best. If you want to stay up to date, see where the save goes from here, and how the footballing world looks at the end of the 10-year period, and please do subscribe and turn that notification bell on. Before we return with this one, we will be back tomorrow with the head coach. It's been a very interesting save, that. You can find the latest season up in the eye above, alongside the Twitch channel, the football podcast, and the blog story as well. But I'm going for a lie down, because that tension was a bit much for me to handle. I'm going to need a breather before I head into the summer window. I'll see you next time.